posted on our website at nrpmediaja.com. NRP Media, your trusted source of information and wholesome.
A very pleasant morning to you. It is now 6:31 and a half, and time now for the morning news right here on this station, the National Religious Partnership Media and Radio, broadcasting on the platform of nrpmediaja.com. Stay with us right here as we come to you live with the news. Thank you so much for keeping it locked on the station, on the platforms that you're listening to. We do appreciate your time. The news comes up right now on this station.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christo Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Good morning and welcome to our platforms, nrpmediaja.com, also Facebook and YouTube at nrpmediaja. It's Friday, December 8th, 2023. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Break of Day newscast. Here are the headlines. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green reminds Jamaicans of their role in crime fighting. Police Commissioner calls on Jamaicans to report crime producers, even if they are family members. CARICOM heads of government meet today, Friday, December 8th, to discuss the Guyana-Venezuela dispute over the Essequibo region. And in sports, the 2024 Copa American draw is now known. And of course, Jamaica is drawn in Group B with the schedule with the likes of Mexico, Venezuela, and Ecuador. The full news of today, or the sponsorship for today's package, comes to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are, no boundaries, and definitely there are no limitations whatsoever. Stay with us as we go through our sponsor and come right back now with the details of the news.
Hepburn's Glass Appliance is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 908-0962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
Radio.
Celebrating 3 years since our inception, the NRP brand of radio and other social media platforms on NRP Media JA is your newest online platform accessible for the promotion of your church and community activities, along with news and sports related information. It's the platform you have been longing for. So call us today at 876-336-9928 or email us at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com.
NRP Media and radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Now let's get into the news right here on NRP Radio, broadcast on the platform mediaja.com. Member of Parliament for Southwestern and Agriculture Minister Floyd Green is reminding Jamaicans that they have a role to play in solving crime in their communities. Speaking at a town hall meeting in Black River this week, Mr. Green reminded that each citizen should take it onto themselves and report the crime producers when they are known in their communities.
It is easy for us when crime is on the rise to blame the police, to blame government, when we have not asked ourselves, what role are we playing in the fight against crime? We have allowed too many strangers to take root into our communities without finding out what are they up to and who they are. As citizens, we have to decide whether we want a safe Jamaica or not. We can't be living off the proceeds of crime and then complain when criminality goes up.
That was Agriculture and Fisheries Minister Floyd Green. St. Elizabeth has had its fair deal of crime over time. And Mr. Green has also appealed to the police commissioner to work with the powers that be to expand the Jamaica Eye to all areas in the parish to aid in the crime fighting effort. Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Major Anthony Anderson, speaking at the same town hall meeting, said fighting crime to include prevention where possible and lowering the crime rate was part of the police's job. He, however, admitted that due to the limitations in many instances, the police has not been quick in responding to the many calls for help, leading to residents having to take matters into their own hands. He reminded, however, that the police was legally and constitutionally charged with that responsibility and should be allowed to take control of, especially when criminal activities are reported. And we come to that clip with the commissioner now.
It's a hurtful thing, and I recognize it. And it's important that we do something along with the rest of the system, because what we have seen is where that doesn't happen, then our citizens start to take things in their own hands. And citizens who really don't want their hands stained in a particular way end up with that out of frustration and out of hurt and pain. So we're here to take on that for you and on your behalf, so you don't have to do it.
And the commissioner reminded residents that even if the crime producer was a family member, that the matter should not be kept a secret.
And as best as possible, the fact is sometimes in a community, you know who they are. They may even be related. Let us know so that we can help us to help you.
That was Police Commissioner Major Anthony Anderson. And the Commissioner Anderson is telegraphing today that while part of the police job is to lead in the fight against crime, as Commissioner, he too has the arduous responsibility to do the balancing act of its human and social capital.
We give statistics and we give numbers. But there's another side to that conversation. And the other side to that conversation is the reality of policing. And that reality is that those are not statistics to us. Those are people. Those are our people to us. We are the ones who see every single one of them as an organization. So when we approach things with a certain passion about what we want to get done, it's for a reason. So although we may engage in a conversation about numbers up and numbers down and percentages, that's not our reality. What keeps them going, and we know that we make a difference.
That was Police Commissioner Major Anthony Anderson. Crime and climate change were atop the discussion list of Prime Minister Andrew Holness during his working visit to Washington, D.C. on Tuesday this week. The Prime Minister held high-level talks with the U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan on several other matters as well. The White House meeting between the two officials was also aimed at advancing bilateral cooperation on promoting inclusive economic growth and climate resilience infrastructure. The meeting also discussed combating transnational criminal organizations and the trafficking of illicit drugs and firearms and promoting regional security under Plan Secure Jamaica. During the meeting, National Security Advisor Sullivan, who reports directly to U.S. President Joe Biden, thanked Prime Minister Holness for his steadfast support for a multinational security support mission to Haiti and Jamaica's leadership in facilitating an inclusive political dialogue among Haitian society. The Prime Minister also went to the Pentagon on Tuesday, where he met with Secretary of the Navy, Carlos Del Toro. CARICOM heads of government will meet today, Friday, December 8th, to discuss Guyana-Venezuela dispute over the Essequibo region. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who informed that he will be attending the meeting, said that the government firmly believes in the principles of sovereignty and the territorial integrity of countries. According to the Prime Minister, Jamaica could never support any country that violates the territorial integrity of another. And whenever that happens, Jamaica will speak out strongly against that. Mr. Holness says that since the impasse between the two countries surfaced, Jamaica's voice has been consistent and loud in this regard, and as such has been respected internationally. The Prime Minister was responding to questions during the hybrid Let's Connect town hall meeting in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, who also participated in the session, said the government welcomes the unanimous ruling by the International Court of Justice, ICJ, on the Cooperative People's Republic of Guyana's request for the indication of provisional measures in the case concerning the 1899 arbitral award. She noted that the court's order strongly supports the position of Guyana, which is shared by Jamaica, and that the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela should refrain from any action which would seize, acquire, and encroach upon, or assert or exercise sovereignty over the Essequibo region or any other part of Guyana's national territory. She assured that Jamaica stands in support of that position and continues to hope for a peaceful resolution of the issue. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tofton has dissolved the board of management at the University Hospital of the West Indies, UHWI, over what he says was a clash of personalities and dysfunctionality of the board. The reason was given by Dr. Tofton in a statement last evening. It follows the resignation of the chairman of the board, Wayne Shai Chong, who submitted his resignation effective Monday, December 4. His deputy, Dr. Andre Foote, reportedly had also resigned. According to Dr. Tofton, a number of issues that involved the personalities became a distraction from some of the critical issues that needed to be addressed. And when enough progress was not being made in resolving those issues, a decision had to be taken. The minister disclosed that a series of discussions on the strategic direction of the hospital were had with the board, and following deliberations, the chairman of the board, Wayne Shai Chong, informed that he was unable to lead. It is unclear, however, how soon a new board will be put in place to ensure the continuation of normal activities at the UHWI. Last evening, NRP News reported where opposition spokesman on health and wellness, Dr. Maurice Guy, called on the health minister to explain the sudden resignation of the chairman of the university hospital and his deputy. Both men resigned with immediate effect. In a statement, Dr. Guy said the opposition was extremely disturbed about the possible instability of the UHWI, as the institution is critical to the national public health care system. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news, sports, and the weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are, no boundaries, no limitations. And now let's give you some sporting information brought to you by Hepburn's Glass. They are located at 13 Chisholm in Kingston, Jamaica. Over now to our friends at Hepburn's Glass. And just a little bit difficulty getting the promo to play. We'll get to that in just a moment. Keep it locked right here. You're tuned to NRP Radio, and it is our newscast coming to you live on this station.
Hepburn's Glass Appliance is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 9080962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass, quality service is our priority.
Thank you for staying with us right here on NRP Radio. Let's now move to our sports stories. We kick off things on football. Two schools seeking their first title will contest today's ISA Digital Manning Cup final at the National Stadium. Kickoff time is set for 6 p.m. Mona High, coached by Craig Butler, will be playing in their first final, while the Devon Anderson coached Hydel High are appearing in their second after losing to Jamaica College in 2012. The experienced Butler told the Gleaner yesterday that heading into today's crucial encounter, the mood within the camp is very positive, as they're totally locked in and are aware of what needs to be done in order to be triumphant. Butler says, however, that he believes his team has enough to get the better of his opponents based on what the Mona team has in their artillery. Still on football, the 2024 Copa America draw is now known, and Jamaica has been shifted to Group B of the schedule with the likes of Mexico, Venezuela, and Ecuador. The tournament is set to run from June 20 to July 14 next year. Based on Jamaica being in Group B by virtue of finishing in the top two, Jamaica would play their quarterfinal also in Texas, in either Houston or Arlington. This will be Jamaica's third appearance in the Copa America after participating in 2015 and 2016. In 2015, Jamaica faced Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina in the group stages, while in 2016, Jamaica faced Venezuela, Mexico, and Uruguay in the group stages. In Group A, the teams are Argentina, Peru, Chile, Canada, Trinidad and Tobago. In Group B, USA, Panama, Bolivia, and in Group D, Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, Costa Rica, and Honduras. Cricket news, England are expected to be strong rivals tomorrow when they clash in the third one-day international decider match in Bridgetown, Barbados. The match will be closely watched as either team seeks the upper hand to win the three-match series already. Both teams is leveled at a 1 apiece following 2 matches. In the second match this week, Will Jacks made 73 and Sam Curran took 3 for 33 as England beat the West Indies by 6 wickets in the second one-day international in Antigua to level the 3-match series. Once again, tomorrow, West Indies and England goes up against each other in the final decider in Bridgetown in Barbados. That's sports in our NRP Break of Day newscast, brought to you by Hepburn's Glass. They are located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston. We promise to bring you a good news story as often as we can. If you know of or are aware of any event or person whose good story we should highlight, please send this information to our email address at nationalreligiousmediajaa@gmail.com or call 876-336-9928. That's the local news and sports. Stand by now for the latest international news that is coming your way from the Voice of America.
VOA News, I'm Michael Brown. The Israeli forces struck the southern town in Gaza of Rafah twice overnight, sowing fears in one of the last places where civilians can seek refuge. We get more from AP correspondent Norman Hall.
Israel has widened its offensive against Hamas from the devastated north to southern areas already packed with displaced people. Heavy fighting in and around the southern city of Khan Yunis has displaced tens of thousands of people and cut most of Gaza off from deliveries of food, water, and other vital aid. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
Israel must do everything it can to protect civilians, to ensure that humanitarian assistance flows into Gaza.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has used a rarely exercised power to warn the Security Council of an impending humanitarian catastrophe and urged members to demand a ceasefire. The U.S. appears likely to block any such effort. I'm Norman Hall.
The White House said on Thursday that Israel and Hamas are not close to another deal on a new humanitarian pause in the ongoing conflict. White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby told reporters that hostages' families continue to be a terrific source of information, even as he had no news regarding their release.
We're still trying to get as much information as we can about the hostages that are being held. We have some information, as I said before, on some of the hostages because their families are talking to us, and that's been a terrific source of information and context.
A day prior, leaders of the Group of Seven Nations called for further humanitarian pauses in the fighting between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. The leaders also called on Iran to refrain from providing support to Hamas, as well as Hezbollah and Houthi militants in the region. For more news, as always, we invite you to join us at our website. That is voanews.com, also on the VOA mobile app. This is VOA News.
Thank you so much for listening there to the latest from the Voice of America. And we move on now to give you information report and forecast. The National Met Service is reporting that there is a significant feature of a stationary front across the Central Caribbean. The frontal system is expected to dissipate across the Central Caribbean. Thereafter, a trough is expected to move into the vicinity of the island by tomorrow. In the 24-hour forecast this morning, expect isolated showers, mainly across northeastern parishes, otherwise partly cloudy. This afternoon, expect isolated showers across sections of hilly areas and western parishes, partly cloudy elsewhere. Windy mainly along the south coast. Tonight, becoming partly cloudy and windy, mainly along the coastal areas. In terms of the 3-day forecast starting tomorrow, Saturday, partly cloudy in the morning with isolated showers across northeastern parishes, isolated afternoon showers across southwestern parishes, otherwise partly cloudy. On Sunday and Monday, expect partly cloudy conditions in the morning, becoming cloudy with isolated showers and possible thunderstorms across hilly areas. It will also be windy. In terms of other current weather features, there's a there should be a weak high pressure ridge across the Gulf of Mexico and of low pressure across Panama. Maximum temperatures expected for Kingston and Montego Bay today. For Kingston, 29 degrees Celsius. For Montego Bay, 28 degrees Celsius. That is the latest weather report and forecast in the Break of Day newscast. And with that, we've come to the end of our news presentation for this morning. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green reminds Jamaicans of their role in crime fighting. Police Commissioner calls on Jamaicans to report crime producers even if they are family members. CARICOM heads of government meet today, Friday, December 8th, to discuss the Guyana-Venezuela dispute over the Essequibo region. And in sport, the 2024 Copa America draw is now known, and Jamaica has been shifted to Group B of the schedule with the likes of Mexico, Venezuela, and Ecuador. The full package of news today came to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. Here is your invitation for you to join us again this evening at 6:30 for the NRP Evening News Roundup. Remember too, we invite your feedback to this newscast via WhatsApp at 876-336-9928 or on any of the platforms that you are listening to right now. We invite you also to subscribe to our YouTube channel at nrpmediaja.com. That should be nrpmediaja, and click on the notification bell. Our radio platform at nrpmediaja.com is always operating 24/7, 365 days per year for your listening pleasure. Join this growing medium, feel fulfilled and informed. I am Leon Nash for NRP News, and wishing for you a good rest of your morning. Drive with other road users in mind, and for your own family's sake, please stay safe. And before you get out of here, here's a thought for you. The more you are grateful for life, the more you will appreciate your journey. The more you are grateful for life, the more you will appreciate your journey. Have for yourselves a good rest of the day, reminding you that you can tune in at 6:30 this evening, but definitely we'll have another package of news for you.
Radio listener, wherever you are in the world, here's the place for your weekly package of accurate news, insightful analysis, and frank commentary by me, Franklin McKnight, on the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. It's all here on nrpmediaja.com every Monday at 1 p.m. and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Jamaica time. Share in this latest fast-paced reporting, honest analysis, and frank commentary on the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast here on NRP Media and NRP Radio. So they're all found on the online platform nrpmediaja.com. You may also go to the Frankly Speaking Jamaica YouTube channel at any time for the latest podcast. Frankly Speaking on NRP Media and Radio, reaching you wherever you are. No boundaries, no limitations. Join us.